now I have to run these all again because I'm dealing with 1-inch thick lumber and tools that are made for 3/4 inch, which is a standard dimensional lumber from your lumberyard. I get this lip here that I have to take off. So I get to run these all again, and because this is a special order, I've got to run it yet again a deeper cut. This is 7/8 inch on one side, and on the other side is going to be 1.5 inches, which is very, very non-standard. This is a very unique and special order. Now in this case, all I have to do is lower the cutting head and then run everything through, and I can run it much faster this time because all I'm doing is taking off that lip. So I want to drop the cutter down flush with the table to take that lip off. I don't even have to go down or be very high. Just take that lip off, and then I'll be able to kick up the speed and just run that through and zip that lip off the wood on one side. And I still got to cut deeper on the other. Clean, smooth lip. That side is ready. And look, you can't ask for better than this. Loosen the thing, crank the wheel up, and I'll get my 1/2 inch height. Just that easy. Of course, I will do a test cut because sometimes you're a tiny bit off. But there's my 1/2 inch. Tighten the wheel down, and I got my depth set. Now I got to get the width of cut set, which is where this is handy. I have to run a test piece, and then I can stick this in. I'll show you over here. So again, this is so much better than a ruler. It's got precise measurements, and I can set it in here and don't have to worry about that ruler, that tab on the ruler. I can't even get my fingers in the camera. Well, anyway, you can see this. So I had to set this at 7/8 inch, and there's my depth of cut. So I'll go in and do a test pass on the shaper, and then come in with this and make sure I got the right width. And of course depth, there's my 1/2 inch. So I love these. So here's a full set. I do use these a lot. It's got all your most common measurements in there, and it just makes work so fast and simple. I'll put a link down below for that. It is a very, very good tool in a wood shop, in any wood shop. You can double these blocks up, so I've got a 1 incher here and a 1/2 incher here, which gives me my 1.5 inch I need. I take a piece of scrap lumber and I can hold it on here, line it up to where I need, and as long as that's touching, the blade, the cutter is right close. I think I got my space. Now I can run a scrap piece of wood and see if I've got my depth right. These tools are great. Well guys, the customer came the other day before I finished. He came a little early, so I didn't get to show you the finished lumber on that day. But no problems, I'm doing a normal tongue and groove today. So I've got a whole batch of 40 that I'm running through, pulling off here and putting them on here when I get through the one bit. Oh my. Now the paneling is pretty much done. I got the tongue and the groove, tongue, groove. But because this is 1-inch lumber and my tools are made for 3/4 inch standard lumber, I've got to run through here and just catch a tiny hair off on every board, but I can run it a lot faster now, just to make sure that the tongue will fit the groove just right. So literally all I'm going to do is loosen this a little, crank this down a tiny bit, not a lot. I'm going to run a board and see if it likes it. If it fits, we're good. If not, I'll adjust it a little bit more just so they all fit together nice. Well, there it is, tongue and groove. These two fit together snug, but yet you can put them together and pull them apart. So all good, that order's done. And that'll be the end of this video. Wrapping this one up. Thanks for watching. Please like this video, subscribe if you haven't, and stay tuned for more videos. Talk to y'all later.